Now, big step a lot of people miss is the heat treat process in welding. So you want to make sure you heat treat it. So we got them nice and hot. You want to make sure you pour a little beer on there just to get her nice and heat treat. Make sure you got no cracking. All right, make sure you heat treat. Oh yeah, heat treat. Got my rod stuck in her. So anyway, today we're working on my father's tractor again. Finally, I just got word that the engine's back in the machine shop, or the engine is done in the machine shop, so I got to pick that up, which is cool. So I decided to put the bucket on my little horses here, and we got to do some rust remediation. We got rust all over this thing. Had a hard time trying to find a bucket for this thing online. I did find a couple salvage yards, but the buckets were in the same shape as this. So, what I'm currently doing is I'm chiseling out all this built up rust and crap here, and I'm gonna cut this out here. And yeah, I gotta make all this good again. So, got a lot of cutting, a lot of welding to do, and I don't know what type of video I'm gonna make yet, but I'll compile something together. But you'll see me welding some bits. You see, I got a couple breaks there, so I gotta cut a relief in there, get all the shit out, and then re-weld that. Like I said, I gotta chisel this out, I gotta chisel all that crap out. I gotta cut this out too. You know, it's all pitted here, so either I cut this out and put a patch here, or I just cut that out and then I put a whole plate there. Like I said, I'm not too sure, but I'll figure it out as I go. I do know that after I chisel this shit out here, I am going to fix back here first. I think what I'm gonna do, because the metal's like getting a little thin here, I don't know if you can hear the difference, but I'm probably gonna cut a new plate out here. I'm just probably gonna make these 3 plates, and then I'll weld all these in. So maybe that's what the video will be. You know, welding takes time, especially fabricating. I'm not the best at fabricating, so for me it probably takes longer than the average person, but yeah, so this video may be a little boring. Hopefully not too boring, but yeah, whatever. Alright, so, I don't know if you were watching, but I cut out that section and then I chiseled out just the flake rust. Rust flakes out and it swells. And so I chiseled all that shit out, and this is like pieces of rust that's swelled up and raw. Like this was the metal. It's like rock and stuff that gets compressed from digging and mud and who knows what. So anyway, I chiseled that out and I got that flat bar there. So that's good. The metal on this side here is like, it just like eroded away, you know. So you can kind of see here how sharp it is. So anyway, in my opinion, I think the best course of action is definitely to, you know, flap this and put a plate steel, whole plate steel here, and then stitch it. And that'll cover this whole thing up. And then when I put another plate here, at least I can weld straight to this plate and fill in all this crap. And we'll go from there. At least I think that's how I'm gonna do it. So Again, now I'm going to do this side, so you see how this side is, right? And we're going to make it look like that. Right. Well, that's that one. This one is in pretty rough shape. So we're gonna have to get this done up pretty good in the corners of this bucket. They're torn in pretty good too, so. Man, I got a lot of work ahead of me here. Damn. Can't believe how loud the cicadas are. I mean, geez, garage. Oh, it's so fucking heavy though. I gotta have the tractor do it. Come on, girl. You ever have a diesel that starts that easy? I never have. It's crazy. All right, so I had to charge up the camera, and I couldn't wait, so I had to get to it. But anyway, so what I did do is I cut out this plate of steel. I guess this is 5/16 or 1/4 inch. Maybe it's I think it's 1/4 inch. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do is, I thought the best course of action was to just put a new skim plate here, because we got to remember this tractor is 40 years old. Doesn't need to be absolutely perfect, and just needs to last for another, you know, I don't know, 40 years, so who cares. So anyway, so I cut this plate out, and it matches up pretty good. I'm actually really happy with how it fits. I'm going to clamp it to the bucket. I'll probably throw a couple stitch welds, a couple tack welds just to hold it, but I want to do the same thing for this side and this side. So now that the camera's charged, I'll let you I'll do a fast forward of me measuring and cutting. Again, I gotta throw a shout out to the Spank Ranch garage, Barry, for taking care of me getting this steel plate. So this is donated by Spank Ranch, so definitely look them up on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever the bullshit they say to do is. Alright. Anyway, I'm probably gonna keep working down this path and go from there. So hang tight. Alright, so I'm actually going to change the plans. I I figured I'd do everything in like a couple segments because I like to switch things up. Don't ask me why. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I got this plate pinned here. So I think what I'm going to do is get my flap wheel, just clean this up here, and clean this up here. And I'm going to get my stick welder, and we're going to start laying some beads here and go from there. So this plate doesn't fit. It's a little high on this side, but I really can't do any better, I don't think. You know what, I might take it off, cut this little, whack that little bit off there. But yeah, I'm fairly happy with how that's sitting, and I think that's going to look nice, and it'll reinforce it because the bottom pan is a little hairy, you know, and now the bottom side will be flush with this whole thing. So it's going to make the bucket a lot heavier, but it's weld this girl. Alright, I'm going to put you here because I got to do some welding. So I'll show you a little bit of welding. Just going to stitch a couple sections just to hold this plate in place. And then I'll probably fill in the whole thing. But I'm going to use, I got this 110 stick welder. I've never used it for stick welding. I've been using it for TIG welding, so this is going to be my first one doing stick welding with it. So we're going to see how she does. And go. Hot. Doggy, it's hot. All right. That's enough just to hold it there for now. Just so I can take this clamp off. What I am going to do is I'm going to get my flap wheel. I'm going to flap around this. And then... Alright, so I'm not going to say I'm a professional welder, but I think I'm a pretty decent stick welder. But anyway, one thing I wanted to point out is the rod I was using for the bucket. I was using 60-10, and I usually like 60-10 a lot, and but for whatever reason, I was not getting good, clean welds. I was really struggling, so I switched to 70-18, and she's putting out a much cleaner weld. And I'm doing vertical welding. I'm not doing like horizontal, so it could be a little better, but again, it could be me getting used to this 110 stick welder too, but So I decided, instead of doing one big ass piece, I was gonna do two small sections. I'm gonna do two 8-inch sections, so I'm gonna go 8 inches off, 8 inches off. Because the center is still pretty good, actually. There's really no issues with the center. And I could do the whole thing, but like it's just a ton of welding and holla if you hear me. Fuck. It is so fucking hot out. And I can't believe I'm welding in this shit. Alright. We're getting there. So I got a plate on there. I got to do another weld at the bottom there on this plate. Plate there. This is so thin I punched a hole through here. And that plate there. So now this bottom plate is pretty good. Minus this center section. But that center section is just fine. Alright, I'm not trying to get too fucking crazy here. But now I gotta cut and fill this in. Cut, fill this in. Ugh, farted. And then I gotta weld here. Weld again here. And then, I don't know, I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do inside here. I might just take a whole plate. Take a plate, weld it all the way there. I don't know, we'll fucking see. Hang tight. Alright, crew. So I'm back at it. So I'm going to cut squares to fill these holes in over there. I'm going to cut a big strip, go all the way across back there. As you can see the water collecting, so I got to vacuum all that shit out and then seal that. Had some fun, and I welded this hook on the side because there used to be one there a long time ago. And with us fucking around, we ripped it off. See that one? That's the original one. The welds aren't too good on that one, so I might redo that, but, you know, got this one welded nice, so. This side here, I marked this side out, so I'm going to cut that out, and then I got to cut a steel plate and weld that in there. I'm going to try to make this side look pretty, so I'm probably going to cut it deep, weld it really deep, and then grind it down so that it looks nice. So I'll take a picture of this one. This one will be tricky to do, but it'll be cool. So I didn't do like a full video, but I just wanted to show you how this end turned out. It turned out not too bad. You can still see the imprints of the weld. I tried to shave it down as best I could, but, you know, for a bucket, I think it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I painted it too, so that hides some things. But, no, this thing's turned out good. This side's turning out beautiful. So now I just got to do this side here, and I got to do this side. So, and then we can do the big weld. More coming.